It's Monday. It's Mark Pires. It's Real Talk.
I was walking down the road today, looking for another way
to ease my mind
and help my living.
It's Real Talk. It's the daily variety show, Mark Pires Real Talk, here to help you make smarter moves, to amplify your current state. And I'm here with you on Monday for some Monday motivation on day 343 in a row. And before we get started, make sure you head over to YouTube, subscribe and ding that bell, because that is where the show goes. And I always say it just sounds better, it looks better, and you're able to actually catalog the videos and figure out which one you want to watch. So please head over there and join the program. I'm hoping that everybody from Insta, all my people over here, I thank you guys for being on right now. I'm hoping you guys will open up another window and you'll head over to YouTube and subscribe over there. Just ding the bell. What's amazing about this is you get a notification by email from YouTube whenever I'm on the air. And that's amazing because I'm always trying to figure out when I'm going to go live. You know, I run a real estate business during the day. And like mad. I mean, I'm up and I work all day in this business, just trying to create more momentum. You know, my quote from yesterday was, and I put it out this morning, that momentum is a very interesting thing. Sometimes you need to create your own. I just love something like that, especially on a Monday, going into the day where you're realizing, okay, I'm up against it, right? Every single day we're up against it. There is no easy day. There's no easy path. You see people with the get-rich-quick schemes? They don't work, guys. It's hard work, dedication, determination, proving yourself, showing value. I think this is the biggest problem with today. Everyone just assumes they get. No one wants to show their value anymore. No one wants to show what they're made of. Where's that grit, that determination that we heard so much about? You know, like the John Waynes of the world, you know? Jeff, what's going on, buddy? Jeff, I am so happy to see you on, my friend. My day is going great. How is yours going? I'm hoping you can head over to YouTube and join me there because the chats I can actually see. Like right now, you guys are sideways over here on Insta. So when I look down, I'm like doing this to try to read your messages. And I can't see them as readily as I could see on my screen over here that you guys are being filmed on. So if you can, head over to YouTube. Just type in Mark Pires Real Talk. It's like tires, but with a P. And join the program there. Subscribe and ding the bell because when you get those notifications, it's like, oh, I'm in the middle of getting groceries. Ding. Oh, wait, Mark Pires is live on Real Talk right now for day 343 in a row. I'm going to check that out. And that's what I hope we all do. You know, we're talking about less than 24 days, I believe, until the end of the year. You know what? Let's quickly check and see. Let's make sure that we're live on Facebook first and foremost. What do we got here? Are we live? Just have to check that out because sometimes we get a little tweak and it just doesn't work right. I think we're good though. Maybe not, guys. I don't know. Now, this is interesting. Am I live on Facebook? Does anybody know right now? Just shoot me a note and let me know. Now, we have a very busy week ahead. Yeah, I'm live. We have a very busy week ahead here on Real Talk. My daughter's birthday is Wednesday. And Christmas is just a couple weeks away, guys. And I think what we're going to do here with our BeatSeat challenge, where every day we play a song for you, is over the next 2 weeks, right up until Christmas time, we're going to play holiday music for you. So each day I'm going to take a song. We're going to rock it out here on the BeatSeat. I'm going to maybe chat about it a little bit afterwards. And then we'll move forward. We'll do it every day. And then on the weekends, we'll probably just do like a Christmas concert or holiday music concert. However, again, if you, whatever faith is your faith, shoot me a note. Let me know what songs you like, and I'll make it happen. All right? That's as simple as I can say it. So, what do we have planned for today? I think what I'm going to do is get into the news, because honestly, I got to tell you, it is 2:30. I was contemplating, do I go out and grab lunch and then come back, or do I just go at it? I decided to go at it. But I probably should have gone and eaten first. It's always better to put on a show after you've eaten. You know, they always say that. You don't want to go and do things on an empty stomach. But the show must go on. And as I told you guys, there's so much going on right now in the real estate market. I can't get over how many offers are flying around. Properties that have been sitting there for so long, all of a sudden receiving a ton of interest. Now, I have 2 properties, for example, that I've held for over a year, and both of them are just right on the cusp of selling. They're just, when they're priced right, the problems disappear. It's my simple philosophy to real estate. When a house doesn't sell, it's the price. But when the price is right, the problems disappear. Someone's going to walk in there and say, you know what, I got to do this. I got to do the kitchen. It needs a new roof. But at that price, I could do it. At that price, I'll take it on. It's amazing, though. People cannot see through a number. I have a hard time seeing through a number. That's what they want, I guess. They put it on for that number. I guess that's what they're looking for. It's hard to imagine that they're going to be that negotiable. So people pass. I'm not going to look at that one. They're out of their mind. Now, look. My philosophy is this. You like a house and you see it as overpriced, throw in that low offer. If they're not getting any other activity because everybody's like you and they're all saying, these people don't know what they're talking about. It's a great house, but it's way overpriced. Hit them with that lower offer. Here's why. When their agent presents the option of continuing down the same path or being aggressive, changing just the pace, you got to do something when nothing's happening. And before we reduce the price, you know, maybe we should approach that couple that put that lower offer in and see if maybe we could work with them. Before we tell the entire market that we're going to bring the price down on this property, let's contact that party that put in the lower offer and let's see if we can put a deal together. Now, you're that party. You have inside scoop to this potential deal because you were willing to put an offer in when no one else did. It's the way to go, guys, especially in the market I'm in. There's nothing wrong with throwing in a lower offer. I expect my clients to start lower because of where we are. Everyone's looking for a deal. Everyone assumes they can get everything for nothing. And sometimes they are actually doing that. I have to say, we're in a time right now, I think if you're not a buyer, you're going to be a crier before you know it. People are going to be looking back saying, oh, why didn't I buy something? It was such a great time to be a buyer. Crying in my beer. Should have listened to Real Talk. I've been telling you guys for a while. I bought 3 years ago. It was a great time then. It's still a great time. Hasn't changed. Time to buy is now. And if you're a seller, don't worry about what you get on the way out. You're getting a great deal on the way back in. I think that's my hardest conversation when I'm dealing with sellers, is explaining to them that you're concerned with what you're taking out the door. But if you're buying in Fairfield County again, correct, right afterwards, it's a wash. What you take is going right into the next transaction, and you're going to get that same variable discount on the buy. So I don't understand when people are so concerned about how much. It's a pride thing, I think, maybe. I paid $800. I can't get a penny less than $800. Yeah, well, the market is not telling you that anymore. You're going to get $400 if you stay in that house for 20 years because you needed to get $800. Everyone's so concerned with what they think they need. You don't know what you need. You know what you need is you need to take the money and run, because a market is a market. You can't fool a market. And in 2020, next month, and we're in 2020, the information, it's unparalleled. The amount of content and information in the real estate industry alone. My clients are so well versed on everything. What's traded, what reduced, when the next open houses are. They're more in tune than we are because we cannot control the entire market. We can't focus on the entire market at once. What we could do is focus where our clients need us to focus. I always tell my clients, I'm not looking at the $20 to $50 million properties right now. I don't have any clients up there. I'm not looking at anything from 10 to 20 million. I don't have any clients there. I don't have anybody from 5 to 10 right now. Why would I pay attention to that market? That's good to know. Oh, I saw that trade. That was a nice trade. But I'm not going to go and preview 50 homes in the $5 to $10 million range in Greenwich, just in case someone calls and says they want me. Hey, what do you know what's in 5 to 10? Well, let me look. I'll send it over to you. What are you looking to spend? 7.5? How about this? I'm going to become the master of 7.5 to 9. Just give me a day. Just let me do my research. But I'm not going to spend every second of my life focusing on the entire market. Ooh, so I could be the guy who knows everything that's traded. No. My clients need me to be the master of their transactions. I focus moment to moment for my clients on what they need me to focus in on. You have to figure out what your clients need and then be that for them. You have to be that void. You have to fill that void with your entirety. You have to become the source of their comfort. You want them to say, I can't do this without Mark. I can't do this without John, without Kimberly. They make the transaction process that much easier, and I enjoy working with them, and the conversations are light. And you know what? I had a great time working with that person. It doesn't happen if you don't put in the time, if you don't show them that you care. You know, I told you guys last night on Real Talk 342 that sometimes I marvel. I'll sit back and I'll question why I'm doing this. And I'll say to myself, what is my purpose here? Like, why am I doing this? Like, I know something inside of me continues to drive me to this microphone on a daily basis, but what is the reasoning exactly? Why? And I think I'm pinpointing it. I care about everybody without even knowing them. I don't have to know you to care about you. I want you to have a great life. I want you to experience the ups of life. We all experience the downs, but I want you to get the most of your ups. And I want you to dial in to that unbelievable thing. I always talk about that unique genius within you. Like, I can't wait for you to find it. Other people don't want you to find it. Ooh, I don't want Tim to find that thing. And then all of a sudden he's going to take off. I want Tim to find that thing. I want Tim to show the world something so magnificent, so glorious, that they can't even look at it. It's that bright. They can't even look at it. Phil! Phil's the best. He said, you were doing this so I could write articles about you. Phil doesn't know this yet, but today on the news is Phil's article on Real Talk. I've got 4 stories for you today in the news, and we're going to get to that very shortly. One of them is Phil's story on the Real Talk show, how we've been here for 343 days, bringing you guys positivity and just connecting on something that isn't out there currently. And Phil kind of pegged it when we sat down. He goes, you know, Mark, it's not a vlog, and it's not even a talk show. It's a variety show. It's like you're doing all this crazy, like celebrity impressions and music on the BeatSeat, and then you're bringing people up, and then it's about talking about the news. And to me, I've said this for a little while now. This needs to be something that doesn't exist, because if it existed, you wouldn't want to tune in. What only makes this interesting is that it is unique, and that I've found something that the world doesn't have. There are other people who are doing pieces of it. Oh, I can watch music. I can go watch talk. I can go watch motivation. I can get some real estate advice over here. I'm just putting it all together into one. And then just take it one step further, unscripted. Just go for an hour and a half every day. This is what I'm doing every day for the rest of my life, and I'm loving it. Oh my goodness. Phil said it's not a real variety show without performing Crabs for Christmas. Guys, I may have to play you this video that Phil sent over to me, Crabs for Christmas. It's this song from Maryland, and I swear it's like accordions. I want to get like I think my father-in-law gave me, I got to find this. I think my father or my grandfather, somebody gave me an accordion. I got to try to find it and see if we can rock out Crabs for Christmas on the accordion. Now, I've never played the accordion in my life, but I'll figure it out. Crabs for Christmas. Phil, you're crazy. I love it. If you guys have not checked out the article yet, I'm about to read it to you. And I guess we can get into the news. We were on a little bit of a positivity tip there. You know, it is Monday, and I like to get you motivated on Monday. I find it interesting, and this is something I reflect on now, that I was live for 300 plus days, or maybe it was 150, 180 days every night at 10 o'clock. This show started as in the studio, and then it went to, okay, you know what? Every night I'm going to go live. And so I was live every night at 10:30, and we do an hour on Instagram. And that happened for 316 days. And then we just decided one day, I had an interview 2.5 weeks ago with Betty Wong, Stage 2 Startups, and Emily Kelbick. And they came in to interview me and to have me onto their panel for entrepreneurship. And when they came in, I was like, I can't have them just stuffed here on this backdrop. I mean, it's a little weird when, you've got 3 people stuffed over here on the side next to me. So I was like, I got to figure out a way to get more cameras into this studio. I was like, I want to just be able to have, hey, look, and then Betty's giving me her perspective from there, and then we're switching back and it's on me. And so all of a sudden I start researching how I can actually have a realistic talk show where camera shoots, switching between characters, bringing in the music. I wanted to be able to have, where is it? Oh, we're on the wrong thing? No, we're not. But I wanted to be able to throw in my background stuff like this. Like that to me is a real program, okay? And I just stumbled upon all of this. And here's the thing, guys. I often tell you, if you're not willing to invest in yourself, I don't know what to tell you. You need to be willing to go all in for anything you feel is right and noble, and there's a cause behind it. If you're just doing it just to do it, it will fail every time. Unless there's true passion behind it, it will never succeed. I think Steve Jobs said something very interesting, that passionate people, entrepreneurs, these people are the only ones who could do what they do, because any right-minded individual would think it's insane to continue on defeat after defeat, negative comment after comment, and just everyone trying to shut you down. And he said, yeah, any sane person would say, obviously this isn't working, I should quit. But it's the entrepreneur. It's that individual of character who has so much belief in their vision that you just can't stop them. You either get on board or you look back and say, why did I try to get in the way? And I could think of biopics where that happened. Every time someone's doing something against the grain, there are 50 people trying to shut it down. Nobody likes change. Everybody wants things to stay like this. Well, guess what? It never stays like that. I have a theory that each generation, the evolution, the societal evolution from generation to generation is so immense you can't calculate. From my parents to me, from me to my children, from my children to the next, we won't be able to calculate the amount of change. They were talking about the other day how you used to have rotary phones and you used to have a party line. My father-in-law was telling me about this. There used to be a party line where you'd pick up the phone to make a phone call and somebody would be on. You'd be like, oh, I gotta hang up. Somebody's on the phone. Wait, that's your phone? No, it's a party line. There's like 50 people using that line. If someone's on, you gotta wait for them to get off. That was not that long ago, guys. That was like 60 years ago. Now with cell phones and on a daily, you've got these young entrepreneurs who are coming out with this new technology. And you're like, what? That does what? I still can't believe we went 350,000 years and nobody thought of the BeatSeat but me. Like, something that changes the way things are done, it could have massive effect. Now, don't think it's going to happen without you putting in the work. I'm showing you that. Day 343 in a row. We're here every day forever, right? But it's not like the impact has been any stronger or any harder felt since day one. We're still broadcasting. We're still here. We're still trying to reach a vacant audience. Nobody's even aware. They're in their own minds. They say, how could anybody focus on something new when they are focusing on survival? This life of ours right now is 95% focusing on survival, 5% enjoyment. This is why I say we have to find a way to create more freedom for happiness within our lives. What does that mean to us? How do you create more freedom for happiness within your own schedule? I think maybe this is something we should all sit down and do, is take out a pen and paper, lay out your day. Try to find the areas where you can actually do something that you're not doing currently. Look at it, maybe some pitfalls within your day. Oh, I'm spending an hour doing this, and I could be doing X. You could start fine-tuning and like supercharging your schedule and make sure that there are no inconsistencies, that you're performing at a higher level. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that right after I finish this. I'm going to lay out my entire day. Now, my day is insane. I think you guys know. Between what we're doing here, selling real estate, I got offers on the table right now. We're building out the Real Talk team. I got 2 more BeatSeats I have to build this evening. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on with the BeatSeat too, guys, right now. I mean, it's really just phenomenal. And it's all about continued effort. Like if we took a day off, you fall back a month. You can't take a breath. Drive. Get up and go. Get up and drop a piece of content. Get up and make a phone call. Door slammed in my face? Where's the next door? Throw it at me. I don't care if you don't like it. I just want to hear your response. I want you to look at me, and I want you to listen to the words coming out of my mouth, and then I want you to say, nah, I want that. I'm looking forward to that type of, straight up criticism. I don't like what you have to offer, Mark. No. But you gave me a chance to speak to you and tell you what the product was. And for that, I thank you, sir. For that, I thank you, ma'am. That's all I want. I just want an opportunity to be at the table. Something I've been talking about since the beginning of Real Talk. There have been very few times in my business where I've gotten the listing just to get the listing, just because they're like, oh, I want you to have the listing because it's you, Mark. The only ones I can absolutely say are definite every time, my parents. My parents are builders, and every year or so they do a project or two within a year or two, and I list and I sell I find their scout their projects with them, and we work together in every deal. So that is the one client that I know will always be my client. Loyalty will always be there with my family, right? My in-laws. My father-in-law gave me 5 properties to sell when I first got my license. His father owned 5 properties in Fairfield. And this is kind of a crazy story. This guy was a straight up entrepreneur back in the day. He created a bleach company called Everbright in Fairfield. And he used to deliver bleach all over Fairfield to different families. That was one of his businesses. And then he bought like 5 real estate properties and he would rent them all out. Income coming from that. Isma's on over here on Instagram, guys. Hopefully she's coming over to YouTube as well. And so he had the secondary business with that. And then on top of that, what was the third thing he did? Can't think of what the third thing he did. Definitely, most of it was from the income from the real estate, but just brilliant that he was thinking outside the box, back in the 40s and 50s, creating a bleach company. He made his own bleach. How did he know how to do that? I remember I asked my wife, I was like, how did your grandfather know how to make bleach? Well, how do you know how to make BeatSeats, Mark? How do you know how to real talk every single day for an hour and a half without a script? How do you know how to write songs that have never been heard in the history of time? I can't give you an answer. I wasn't taught. I didn't go to Berkeley. I didn't go to Juilliard. In fact, never took any lessons in my life. 6 months to learn the fur release, but that's it. Everything else is all self-taught, playing by ear, playing from what I feel I go for. The difference I see between me and a trained musician is I just need a couple seconds. Just let me hear it and let me get in there and I'll find where I am and then I'm good. Whereas a trained musician could say, oh, we're in E flat minor. I know exactly what to do now. I'm like, no, just play. Just play. That was the funny thing whenever I played with bands. I had a few bands over the years and they were all trained and they'd be like, oh yeah, we're in E flat minor. And I'd be like, oh, Mark, yeah, what's that chord after the first chord? And I'd be like, this chord? Some weird, fingers like this chord, I'm like, and I'd be like, I don't know. Here, I'll play the notes one by one. You guys tell me what key it's in, And honestly, I liked that. I always liked that I didn't have the crutch of a book and a theory that had been written by somebody else that said, this is the way it's done. I always liked that I make my own rules when it comes to music. There's no control. There's no bounds. I can just do whatever because there is no right or wrong. Music, That's why I should learn theory now that I'm where I am musically, but just to understand it better, because it's all about boundaries when it comes to learning the theory of music. And that's something I never understood. I like no boundaries as far as music is concerned. I believe there should be boundaries to countries. That's something we're not going to get into today, though. I'm just saying we should be safe. You don't leave your doors unlocked at night, do you? That's my wife's joke. She's always like, wait a second, I heard someone say, no, you should never block, but you should never have like a wall, or you should never have any division between countries. Let's just open it up, free world, everybody can go everywhere. And my wife says, well, and then that celebrity put a wall around their property. It's like, so wait a second, you don't leave your doors unlocked? You don't just leave them open so anybody could come in? You're okay with that, though, for the country. For my 3 kids. Just let people come in and do whatever they want, bring in bombs, bring in drugs, whatever. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We don't want to hurt people's feelings. No, I don't want to hurt my children. I don't want drugs near my children. I don't want evil people in this country. So I think people need to be really, really looked at a little closer. All of us. Now, not as close as they're looking. You don't need to keep a file on me. You could just go to YouTube every day. I'm live. You don't have to look very far for that. So let's get into some news. What do you guys say? Let's get some music going. Oh, yeah. So we're going to get into a really cool story. I got some people to thank for these stories today. Our first story. Now, this one is really cool. I have to thank my Aunt Diana for this. Now, we call her Dina. And you'll say, why do you call her Dina? It's a very funny thing, I guess. When we were kids, we couldn't say Diana. So we would say Dina. And it never changed. I'm 41, I still call her Dina. Let me just clean that up a little so you can see a little better. There we go. So, let's read this story for you. Let's get into it, guys. It's the news. It's Monday. It's Real Talk. 93-year-old toy maker makes hundreds of wooden trucks by hand to donate to children for Christmas. I love this story. And Dina, thank you so much for sending it over. I keep telling you guys, you have great positive stories you want to send into the program. I'll drop them in every day because I want us to feel something, okay? And I want us to feel great. And these stories right here will make you feel phenomenal. Check this one out. A 93-year-old toy maker crafted hundreds of wooden toys to give out to children for Christmas. Pennsylvania State Police posted a photo of Ed Higginbottom with a trooper showing one of his handmade toy trucks. So cool. 93-year-old toy maker at it again. Just picked up 300 wooden trucks from Ed Higginbottom to be distributed to local kids this Christmas. That's a great story, guys. We know he makes these handmade, State Trooper Robert Broadwater told KDKW. If you look at the bottom of the toy here, he dates them with his initials. On Thursday, troopers picked up 300 of his toys, which they'll then distribute to preschools and other groups in the Pittsburgh area. It's just something that I enjoy doing. I know I can make somebody else happy, and if that's Santa Claus, then I'm Santa Claus, Higginbottom told the interview at WTAE. That's what I'm talking about, guys. I love it. We should be doing things like this. Providing just something different, some joy. This time of year especially, bring some joy to somebody. Let's get on to the next story. What do we got here? Now, this is interesting. I am kind of excited about this. You may know this about me. I am a huge Yankee fan, okay? I have to try to fix this one too. They all went out of whack when I started the broadcast, I guess. Let's interact. There we go. The Yankees. Now, I really hope this is true, guys. I really, really hope this is true. Hot stove tracker. Yankees will reportedly make record-setting offer to Garrett Cole. Guys, this guy's the most ridiculous pitcher. And he destroyed the Yankees during the offseason, throws 100 miles an hour, and he doesn't even push. He's just like throwing. He's hitting 100. It's hot stove season in baseball, meaning the offseason rumors are flying around. We'll give you all the signings, trades, and rumors that you need to know in this post. Keep coming back every day. Now, I may have to make this a daily because I am a Yankee fan. And during the offseason, I am curious what we're going to be picking up for this season, because I think we got to get it this year. We almost had it last year. All signs have pointed to the New York Yankees making Garrett Cole their primary focus in free agency this winter. Terms such as won't be denied have been thrown around to describe their determination to get a deal done. According to Bob Klapisch of the New York Times, those words will be backed up by the Yankees' first offer to Cole. Klapisch reports the Yankees are prepared to put a record-setting 7-year, $245 million on the table. That's insanity. That would be the highest offer in history. I'll say this, 33 starts, 2.50 ERA, 326 strikeouts, and a 25-start unbeaten streak before the World Series. That is pretty serious stuff right there, guys. So I am looking forward to this. I really hope the Yankees get him. That's just my perspective on it, guys. So here we are. Phil Hall, the man, the myth, and the legend. This is his story. I'm going to read it to you guys. And I hope you guys go and download it. Share it to your pages. Let everybody know about the Real Talk show. Let them know what we're doing here. Daily, forever. We're going to bring you some light. Going to bring you some positivity. Just going to remind you that you are amazing. Why doesn't anybody realize that? You are amazing. Not the guy next to you. He's cool too. We all have something, but you are amazing. Tell yourself that when you look in the mirror. Say, I've got something in me. Where is it? Don't go out looking for it. Look within. Look within. You know what I do on a daily basis? You guys know that. I'm here to just let it all out. I go in and then I let it out. So I say to you, you got to go within and then let it out. That's what we've been doing since day one on Real Talk. So here we go. Realtor Mark Pires takes a new role as online talk show host. All right, so we're going to read my own story. This is interesting. It was New Year's Eve 2018, and Mark Pires was sitting alone in his office. As a realtor with Coldwell Banker Global Luxury, Pires was reviewing his sales efforts for the year that was coming to a close. I had a decent real estate year and looked back at what was different from the year prior, he recalled. The year prior was really strong. What was the difference between Pires' 2017 and 2018 efforts? He theorized that he made a greater use of video during 2017, doing both serious walkthroughs of properties he represented, as well as lightly comic videos where he indulged in celebrity impressions as part of his sales pitch. As a former actor who played Romeo for a year in Romeo and Juliet at New Haven's Long Wharf Theater, when he was 18 and a singer-songwriter whose music appeared on MTV, he had no discomfort with being on camera and in front of a microphone. That's true. So, I thought that maybe my disconnect was that I didn't do as much video. I said. I'm going to say he said, I said. To ensure that 2019 would see greater sales activity, Pires grabbed a camera and took advantage of the empty office to shoot a quickie video. I said to myself, I'm going to go online real quick and remind people that I'm a realtor. I said for 2019, remember, I am a realtor. Because I've had a lot of friends buy homes, they don't even think about me. That's very, very true. The next day, I got up and thought, wow, that was a pretty cool message. So I shot another video for New Year's Day, this time reminding potential viewers that my consultation work as a realtor comes at no cost. Well, I'm changing everything to the first person now. Here we go. The day after, I shot and posted another video and kept doing this on a daily basis. When an acquaintance of mine discovered what I was doing, they tried to discourage me. They said, you can't go every day because no one wants to see you every day. And when they said that, I said to myself, I'm going to go every day. Because when you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to go and do it. And I'm going to show you that I can do it. So I kept my word. My videos, which began as a loose series of vlogs running between 5 and 20 minutes, have morphed into a daily talk show called Mark Pires Real Talk. This show now runs between 45 and 90 minutes a day, and the self-promotional aspect of the early videos has evolved into a unique mix of inspirational messaging, conversations with guests, and musical performances on the guitar and my invention, the BeatSeat. It's a talk show, not a vlog. That's what I said about my daily offering. It's broadcast live on all social media platforms. And as I tell you guys, go to YouTube, subscribe and ding the bell. We talk about everything and anything. No, well, not everything. I keep a positive approach on Real Talk and focus. and we stay far away from today's politics. I got to read this from the third person, okay? Pires keeps a positive focus on Real Talk and stays far away from today's politics, which he finds toxically negative. That's so true. And Pires' audience has evolved beyond the Fairfield County market, where his real estate work is based. He mentioned a Canadian viewer who came upon his daily broadcast and asked him for his input to assist his daughter who was undergoing surgery. I guess she pegged my energy and positivity, and I tried something. I went on the air and I asked everybody who was watching to just think positive about this in the same exact moment for the person that I'm thinking about. I said, I'm thinking about someone, and I want you to think about my person. I was thinking about how in church we say stuff like, peace on earth, amen. Everyone's saying the same prayer, amen, like it's going to the same source. The woman's daughter had a successful surgery. That is very true. We did that a few times, a few different people. Pires noted that the Coldwell Banker office was mostly indifferent on his online videos. That was my old, the way that everything's changed. But I was just there doing it, and it was like ignored. Nobody was even paying attention. It was so funny. I'm like 100 and something days in. I'm like, no, doesn't anybody realize what I'm doing here? Let's see. But his efforts were noted by Berkshire Hathaway Home Services in New Canaan, Connecticut. Jean Howell, my manager at Berkshire Hathaway, is a former casting director. And she said, you're not even talking about real estate. You're doing what I call the soft sell. And I remember I was like, what's that? She said, you're going out there and you're just being you. You're connecting with people. You're not trying to sell them something. So when they are ready to buy or sell, they'll contact you. Come work with me. I'll build a studio for you. And of course, you know the story and what happened there. That's where we are right now. So today, Pires divides his Real Talk recordings between the specially constructed studio out in New Canaan office and from a studio in his Fairfield home. As he approaches his first anniversary online, he's eager to bring on more guests from the business and entertainment worlds. As far as his real estate work, he has already profited from his videos. I can peg 4 transactions this year strictly from Real Talk. People say, I see you online, I like what you're saying, and I want to work with you. That's accurate, guys. And I got to tell you, I'm expecting more people going forward in 2020 especially to be sending in their leads to this program. You know, this is a daily program, but the concept here is when you need something in the real estate business, you just make a phone call. You shoot a DM to me. Go on to the chat. Hey, Mark, I need to buy something in Baltimore. I got you. Everyone thinks just because I'm a realtor in Connecticut and New York that I can't help them anywhere else. You know, I can help you anywhere. My referral network is ridiculously large, and I'm building it out now. We have our own referral network within Berkshire Hathaway, but I'm building out the Real Talk referral network. So if you are a real estate agent, you're out there, different part of the country, you want to be a part of my collective, giving it to people straight, you know what Real Talk is? Telling people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Do you do that? If you do that, then you may be a good candidate to be part of the Real Talk collective. Give it to them straight, guys. You know, here's the other thing I don't know if you realize. Do you realize how smart the people are that you come in contact with? Do you realize no matter how trivial the conversation is, people can see you for you. They know when you're being yourself. They know when you're hiding something, and they know when you're full of it. They can feel it. They can hear it in your voice. The hair on the back of their neck stands up. I'm telling you guys, I've been living this way for so long that I don't know any other way. I go out, I just tell people how I feel, and I'm sorry if you have a problem with it, but I'm trying to help. That's all I ever say. I'm trying to help. So I come out here and I just say what I need to say. Let's move on to the next story. So this is not really the next story. This is just breakdown here for you. Check this out. I just posted podcast number 39. Guys, this is massive. This podcast was so good. This is day 333 in a row, which was last Friday. And I'm going to see if I can scroll here. Let's see. Podcast. There we go. I'm loving this. My new program, I can actually bring in my stories here and I can scroll. Let's see. Can I scroll? I guess it's not allowing me to scroll. Too bad. Anyway, head to any podcast network. Download the Real Talk podcast. It is free of charge. And there are 39 of them. And guys, this last one was so good. I can't believe it. We recorded and improvised. We Can Be the Change. That is the name of this song. It happened in real time. It came out of me just like the water that comes out of your faucet. And it's fire, guys. It is so good. There's a line in there that just, I keep swimming around my mind. And I hope you don't mind, but I think it's time for me to do this type of thing. Let's watch the pendulum swing. And I was like, oh. And then the very next line, we can be the change. We can be the change. Just don't forget that. You have a power within you that can affect real change. On a personal level, with your relationships, with your friends, with your business, at work. You know, I want to ask you guys something here. I have a new theory also. Let's see what we get out of the news here. I have a new theory. Let's see if I can shut this off. I have a new theory that our current society, the way it's made up, and the way that it's continuing to redesign itself. And we've gone from a world where it was okay to be part of a team working for an organization, to be a cog within the system, to a society where everyone needs to be a leader. It's a very weird thing. Think about that for a second. You need to have your own profile pages. You need to be posting content. You need to be continuing to create awareness for products. And being online now, everything's about social media. And therefore, you can't sit back. It's about leading in order to find new connections. And it's a different world, especially because a lot of people are not built that way. They're not built to be leaders. They're built to be support. And what happens if there's no more support and everyone needs to be a leader? It's going to be a very, very scary world. You know, when people like me are getting to a point where we do need assistance. Like, I need an assistant. I need somebody here who's going to actually take this content, who's going to be sending me stories. That's the next step, guys. You know that, right? Like, I'm talking to you, and all of a sudden I see something pop up on my screen. I'm like, oh, my assistant just popped me this story, guys. Check this one out. You know, like, that's next level. That's where we're going. But if there's nobody out there, there's no jobs because everyone has to go out there and force themselves into being a leader, creating an e-commerce account or doing something like this. I don't know. It's a different world. But adapting is the name of the game. Got to be willing to adapt. So anyway, I'm going to play you guys a quick song. You know, it's BeatSeat song day every single day on the BeatSeat. So I got a little something here for you. Like I said, I think we're going to do a song, Christmas song, or a holiday song each day, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know if it's going to be any good. I'm taking lyrics. You see on top of that BeatSeat Junior over there? Those are lyrics for a song I'm about to play for you. Let's see how it goes. Ow. That hurt. Let's see if I can flip this speaker. Is that better? Ooh, that is a little better. All right, so we're going to try to see if we can make this work. I got to pull the BeatSeat in front so I can read the lyrics, but I don't want to cover the view of the BeatSeat logo for you, so let me do it like this. I think we're good now. The problem, guys, I'm in the studio and the temperatures are always fluctuating in here, so. All right, let's try this one, see how it goes.
Stars are brightly shine.
That's not right. Hold on, I gotta be able to see. That's a C, that's not a G, guys.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining.
I don't know how this goes, guys. This is the problem when you print out lyrics and you don't even work on it once. How about we just try to do it together now for the first time? Ready?
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night our dear Savior's long lay the world, the sinner pining. He appeared, and the soul felt its worth. The thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices. The yonder breaks new and glorious morn. Fall on me and hear the angel voice says, no night divine, oh night, when Christ was born, oh night, night divine, oh night divine. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night, the dear Savior's birth. Long reign the world, the sin and error pining, till he appeared, and the soul felt its worth. The thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices. The yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees and hear the angel voices. Oh, night divine, oh, night, when Christ was born. Oh, night divine, oh, night divine.
That's what we call the old epic fail. Try to play a song horribly, and that's what happens. Hey, Sky's View. Christian, what's going on, buddy? Christian, I don't know if you got over to YouTube yet, pal. You got to head over there and subscribe and ding the bell. That's where the show goes. Literally, we're at 50 minutes right now. And I think I'm going to go grab some late lunch, guys. I told you guys. Here, putting on a show. Probably should have eaten first. But I'm in the process of fielding offers. 2 properties, multiple offers are being thrown on the table. Like, what is going on? Isn't Christmas in a few weeks? Oh, but nobody's serious right now. Let's take our house off the market. Really? I got serious people coming out of the woodwork. They're coming out of the woodwork. You know what? I see people trying to get a step on 2020 is what I see. Great opportunity to buy. Rates are really low. Let me get in there before the year. Let me get in there before 2020 comes because I don't know if the deals will still be here at the beginning of the year. I mean, think about it this way. We're talking about 3 properties of mine that all within the last week have received offers. What? And then one of them was on for years without an offer. Years, 2 offers in the same week. Crazy. And I got more people that are like really interested. It's a great place. Listen, when you put a good number on something, something happens. It goes out in the universe. A frenzy will take place. You just have to create that frenzy. Don't be afraid to tell your clients, look, I know you want X. You're not going to get X. What you should really be thinking to yourself is what's traded? Okay, it looks like I'm going to get that. I'm going to get close to that. So how do I get more or to make sure I get that? The way you make sure you get that is by being aggressive up front. When you're aggressive up front with your price, you create a demand. People want the house. Yesterday during this open house, like 4 parties came in. They all loved the house because when the number's right, everything looks amazing. Wow, this much square footage for this price. It has a pool, 4 acres, private. Yes, all of these things, and it's at that price. Honey, we need to jump on this because somebody else is going to jump on it. Yes, somebody already has, and you better get to it. When the price is right, the problems disappear every time. Every time. A house will sit years. All of a sudden, finally a broker comes along and says, look, do you want out? Oh, you do? Okay, this is how you get out. You can't fool people. There's a guy here in town who's still on the market. I was the 7th agent in, and I had it sold for $50,000 less than his asking price. All he had to do was say yes, and he's still on the market. That was 6 years ago, guys. 6 years ago, he's still on the market. $50,000 delta. Now, you don't have to be that bright to do simple math in a town like New Canaan. $16,000 a year in taxes. Let's call it, just to make it easy, $12,000 a year in taxes, which is much less than it really is. $12,000 a year in taxes, $1,000 a month over 6 years. What's the math on that, guys? Who wants to help me? That's 12 times 6, $72,000 he spent just to keep paying the taxes on that property since that deal that he had in his hands. That's at $1,000 a month. It's really more like $1,400 a month that he's paying. People do not think about the big picture. Oh, well, I need to get my number. I want that $50,000 more. If they don't give me asking price, it's a no. Well, it's a no. They're not giving you asking price, and you will have that property in 6 years. No, I won't. I'll sell it. It's the greatest piece of property in town. If it was the greatest piece of property in town, people would pay you what you want for it. But nobody ever pays you what you want for things. People pay you what it's worth. And they're definitely not going to come up to you and say, what do you need? What do you need? I'll write a check today. You just tell me what you need and I'll make it happen. No, that's not how it works, guys. Not how it works at all. Everyone's looking for that great deal, and you need to see the sign and the writing on the wall. You get an offer in your hand, take the money and run. It's less than you wanted, take the money and run. Put it into another vehicle. That's all you got to do. Shift. Take that money, another vehicle. All right, guys, I appreciate you. I will see you tomorrow on the next Real Talk. Day 344 in a row. Getting close, guys. We're almost there. Almost there. 21 days away, it looks like. Something like that. Maybe 22 days. This is insanity. Turn on notifications. Ding the bell. YouTube. I'll see you tomorrow. It's Mark Pires. And it's Real Talk. I guess it's not going to work. It's supposed to give me the breakdown here. Let's see. We're going to do this together, see if this works. It's supposed to give me There's supposed to be a screen at the end here, but I don't think it's going to be showing up. Nope, looks like I'll have to fix it. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. It's Real Talk.